right, so you got a little miney little project?
Yeah,
Miney.
so I just want to brighten up the living room just a little bit. And this is a drum table that I did a long time ago, and it was perfect for our old house, but now I want to brighten it up a little bit. So I think I'm going to leave the black here and let some of that shine through. I'm just going to paint the top of it white.
You gonna have to sand it?
Yeah, it needs to be, I need to sand off some of the old wax and smooth it down. I purposely had brush strokes in here in a crisscross pattern. I did that on purpose, and I don't want that for this, for the next generation of this table. So,
Gotcha.
but I'm gonna get started on it.
Walter trying to be the new Grogu?
Yes, yeah.
Well, let's check it out. All right, so what is your, what are you using for tools?
So I'm just gonna use my screwdriver to remove the drawer. The drawer handle.
And then you're just going to sand it down and...
I'm just going to sand it down and I'm just going to paint it. That's all I'm going to do.
Pretty simple project. Did this thing have wax on it that you've got to, so that's what you've got to sand off, probably that wax?
Yeah, actually I need a different, just a flathead screwdriver. But yeah, so I'm just going to take off the hardware. I'm going to, and like I said, I purposely did a crisscross brush stroke so that it had texture when I did this years ago. So I'm going to try and get rid of that. I don't want that texture, that crisscross texture. So I'm just going to sand it and get rid of that.
Cool.
And then I'll paint it. You can paint leaving them on, and you can open them from the bottom if you don't have the handle on.
Yeah, because they've got a lip down here.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just starting out with a 150 grit, and then I'm going to switch to 220.
So you don't have to make it like perfect, right?
No, I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to have some character, but all I'm trying to do is just kind of get the shine off of it and get it roughed up a little bit.
Kind of weird doing projects in the house, huh, folks? Well, we got a vacuum cleaner. Why are they mostly done in the house?
I don't know. People just do.
Maybe they don't have garages.
Probably.
And it's 13 degrees in the garage.
Right.
That makes sense. Always clean it up, you know. So now you're done with the heavy grit, or are you done with the whole, or is that it?
I've done both the 150 and the 220.
Oh, so now you're just going to dry it and paint it, huh?
Yeah, just washing it off. I want it to look old and not new. I just want it to look kind of weathered a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit like the coffee table.
Yeah.
Probably should wipe right here where my fingerprints are.
Now, why do you have fingerprints in
Oh,
there?
because I touched it. Because I'm 3.
Yeah. There's no wax left on it. It's all just the chalky finish. You can see how by how it's drying that it's just left to
You'll be able to paint over it, no problem.
Yeah. Yep. Should be no problem at all.
So the type of brush is a what?
It's just a chalk paint brush.
Let's see it real quick.
It's just a little one.
Hmm.
I've always preferred the little ones to the big ones. For some reason, I always think that the big ones lose more bristles.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't want, is to have a bunch of bristles in my work.
And it just gives it a certain type of finish. Is that?
It just makes it, you have less of a chance of brush strokes. I mean, like this table, before I painted it when it was black, I wanted the brush strokes. I wanted you to be able to see the brush strokes. This time I don't. I want it to be like a smooth finish. And this type of brush just gives it a smoother finish.
And then let's see the chalk paint. What is that exactly?
This is called Everlast, and it's by Americana Decor. It's one of my favorite brands, actually. I mean, I've used like all kinds, and like I always, you know, this is just a good, consistent brand that I really like.
Yeah, how many coats do you think you'll have to do?
Probably just 2.
And it dries pretty quickly?
It really does.
So it's a quick project, quick
Yeah.
turnaround time.
Yeah. Like we'll be able to have, after the wax and everything, we'll be able to have, you know, our plant sitting back on here tonight.
What are you barking at, Walter?
He's just got to be getting attention.
What are you up to, Hugo? You're doing real good. You're not barking today. Okay, so that's one coat. You got one more in a little bit, right?
Right. When that dries, I'm going to put a second coat on. And when the second coat is dry, I'm going to sand it a little bit. Then I'm going to put a wax finish on it, and it'll be all done.
Cool. Well, we can't wait. Starting the second coat.
Yeah, I'm going to do the edge right here with my smaller paintbrush so that I don't go too heavily over the top and get brush strokes. If that makes sense, so that there's no spillover to the top that shows brush strokes.
It does make sense.
Well, I'm glad.
Yes. So coat number 2 starting.
Yeah, just starting coat number 2.
That looks nice.
Yeah. I think I might have to do 3 coats. I'll wait until after it's dry to see if I need to, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do 3.
And this will be kind of a flat finish, right?
Yeah, just a flat, chalky white finish.
Did you say a bad word?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that often I speak bad words when I'm doing a project.
You are a bad word speaker
I
at
am.
times. Mm-hmm.
I'm proficient in bad
Yeah,
words.
you should be like an NFL coach. Right, honey?
I should.
Looks good.
Getting there, huh?
Yeah, but I see what you're saying. A third coat probably makes total sense.
Well, it's because I'm going over, it was black, you know, so if it were a lighter wood color, I think I would have been able to get away with just 2 coats, but
That Walter acting like a duck over there?
yeah,
Oh,
making his
Yeah.
duck calls.
looks good. So third and final coat,
Yeah, third and final coat of the white.
then you're gonna do a stencil.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a harlequin stencil with a lighter, like gray on the top, just to tie in with the color of our coffee table.
All right, so then you'll finish the edges, wait for it to dry, and then do the last thing, huh?
Yeah, the next step, there's still some more steps to do, but the next step is to put on the stencil, and then after the stencil, I'm going to sand it. Get it nice and smooth.
Did you put wax over this one?
No.
No wax. So
stencil is next.
and then sand, and then you're good?
Then sand, and then wax.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stencil, sand, wax.
Yeah.
10-4.
So this is going to be the last coat of white. I'm happy with what it looks like on the drawers and stuff. So this will be the last coat of white, and then just going to put a light gray harlequin pattern on there. I'm going to sand it so it just barely looks like it's on there, and then I'm going to like rough up the edges a little bit so it has some aging, a little bit of aging, and some of the dark comes through, and then I will put the hardware on.
Cool.
Yeah. So is that because it's so fresh that it's hard to move my stencil. So, but
Was it just kind of like a light shade of gray?
yeah, this is the same gray as our
coffee table.
Yep. This off. There we go. There's
Cool.
the first one. Loving that. What do you think?
Looks good. All right. The next step's going to be?
Sand it down so it's just barely showing, you know, so that just a slight, and then I'm
Just to
going
smooth
sand,
everything out.
yeah, sand the edges so I get some of the dark show through, and then wax it and put the hardware on.
So you just want to make it look a little aged.
Yeah, just scratching it up a little bit.
Looks
I think
good.
that's good. Now I'm going to wipe it down and wax it. And then put the hardware on.
This is the wax right here.
I think it's going to be, once we get the lion's heads on there, it's going to be perfect. The lion's heads are the drawer pulls.
Yeah, the hardware.
Yeah.
Cool. So these are the mighty lion's heads.
Yeah. They came on this cabinet. You know, I bought this off of OfferUp for like $15. And so this is the second time I've redone it. But you come with the lion's heads, and then you can see here on the bottom it's got the little lion's feet.
Oh yeah.
So, yep, she's all ready now.
Cool. We'll have to put it.
What do you think?
I like it. I like it. All right, all done. Looks great. Really ties the room together.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Definitely brought it up, but you know what's interesting is that this is the same color as our coffee table, but here it looks more beige, and there it looks tan. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
But yeah, I really like
that
it.
is true. Yeah. All right, I guess we'll see y'all later, right?
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.